Hi, I'm Titan Capri with Titan in the Morning. Titan in the Morning is a morning wake up to get your day started. We grab our cups, we put a topic in the cup, and we take a sip of what's in that cup. It's a whole lot of peace, love, real topics, and truths. 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, Tuesday and Thursdays. So grab your cup and remember it's a sip and not a slurp. Good morning. Ooh, good morning. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to make sure I got this right. Look, it's 2024, and I'm trying to start off with a little something different. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me though? Do y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, come on in then. Come on in. Look. We finna do it like we do it. Hold on. Let me make sure I got everything correct, baby, because I want to make sure this morning. Look, I'm gonna put my little microphone up here so I can talk to the peoples. Let's see. Can I get a microphone in here? I want to turn it. Yeah, I want to turn it. I want to turn it just a little bit. Yes. Hey, good morning. Good morning. I think maybe I don't need the microphone right there. Maybe I don't need it. Good morning, Katina. Happy New Year to you too. Good morning. Y'all come on in. And tap the middle of that screen. Good morning. It is the new year. It's 2024. Hey, good morning. Okay, Katina, look, I figured I'd do a little something to it. Look, I got a new phone and I'm showing out because I don't know what's going on with the thing, but it looks good. It looks good. Thank you. Good morning. All right, y'all. Y'all know what y'all need to do this morning. Come on in. It's 2024. Y'all know how we do it. Let's make sure that we are good. Come in. Hey, good morning. Good morning. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. Good morning. Good morning. Look, y'all, I'm pinning my pop-up shop in the comments. Y'all come in. Y'all go ahead. Y'all click. Y'all know what we normally do. Now, y'all see I started off a little different this morning. Now, y'all see I got my Titan in the Morning mug here this morning. I got my Titan in the Morning mug. I want y'all to come on in. Come on in. Hey, Trista, good morning. She said, I've missed the good morning song. Okay, hey, Trista. It's been a long time. It's so good to see you. Happy New Year to you and your family. Hey, Happy New Year to everybody. Come on, y'all come talk to me this morning. Come talk to me this morning. Happy New Year to you. What's going on in the new year? Now, y'all know my topic this morning, right? The math ain't mathing. I know, and some of y'all probably thinking, Titan, what you talking about this morning? But y'all come on in and grab your cups and come on in. We're going to talk about it because the math ain't mathing. I had a couple of conversations over the new year, right? Over coming into the new year, New Year's Eve and stuff like that. And the math was not mathing. Okay. So I want y'all to come on in. Hey, Life. Good morning. Hey, Chanel. Good morning. Chanel says she's from Columbus, Ohio. Wait a minute. Chanel, how did they say it? Do they say Ohio or Ohio? Okay. Look, come on in. Okay. Look, you know what? Grab your cup. What's in your cup and where you from? Chanel done already started, said she's from Columbus, Ohio. But what's in your cup this morning and where you from? Now, y'all know where I'm from. I'm from Houston, Texas, H-Town. And this morning I got a nice old hot piping cup of ooh, that's good. Hold on a second. Hold on. And for those of y'all who are just now coming in and just now seeing it, y'all know what y'all need to do. TikTok, tap the middle of that screen. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Insta. Y'all come on and show me some thumbs up. Show me some hearts. It's the new year. Some good coffee. Hold on. Ooh. And it's a sip and not a slurp. Y'all come on. Come on. Look, I got you. For really, I got you. I'm going to get you yours. Hey, Preach Kid, come on in. Yes, good morning. Now, look, y'all know it's the new year, and I want to go ahead and start it off the right way, right? So I just want to introduce myself again to you all. I know it's 2024. Y'all know me. You know me, right? But I want to, those that are coming in, I want you to come in and I want you to understand that it's good morning. We are happy that we woke up this morning. I woke up this morning. So we come in and we say, good morning. That's it. Tap the middle of that screen, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Insta, Podbean, X, whatever it may be. Come on and show me some thumbs up and show me some hearts. Y'all like, y'all follow, y'all subscribe. I see y'all over there on YouTube. I see y'all. Hey, three says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Good morning. Q said, matcha tea. Okay, matcha tea. Gotcha. Okay, good morning. Hey, Latanya. Good morning. Hey, Preach Kid. Good morning. Yeah, we're going to say good morning all morning this morning. All right. Hey, Keisha. Good morning. Come on. I like all those O's and R's and INGs. Y'all come on and bring them to me. It's 2024, y'all. Come on. Let's be happy this morning. Let's be happy this morning. Hey, good morning, Cassandra. Good morning. She said, Happy New Year in Houston, Texas. H-Town. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning. Hey, good morning, Barbara. She said, God bless. Good blessed morning, son. I'm from Evanston, Illinois. Happy 2024. Good morning. Come on, Evanston. That's what I'm talking about. Look, y'all make sure that y'all are living in the moment and being in the moment, because the topic this morning is the math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. Yeah, the math ain't mathing. We're finna get into it. Hey, LJ, good morning. She said, good morning and Happy New Year. Good morning. Come on, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. It's a good morning. It is the second day of the new year, right? And we're going to talk about the math ain't mathing. So grab your cups, what's in your cup, and where you're from. I'm kidding y'all. I'm going on. And we're going to take a sip out of this topic this morning. No, Michael, I don't. Good morning. Michael said, do you already have a boyfriend? No, I don't. Good morning. Hey. And that's how we sip, y'all. That's how we sip here at Titan in the morning. So make sure that you're from. LJ is from Las Vegas. Las Vegas. I love Las Vegas. I haven't been back in a while, but I want to get back over to Las Vegas. Do you know what, LJ? I went to Las Vegas last year. And I went to old Las Vegas. I've never been to much as I've been around, much as I've been doing, much as I've been going, I've never been to old Las Vegas. Like, nah, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't even know why it never dawned on me, but it was really nice. I love we did a walkthrough. We got some food. We listened to live music. It was really, really good. And I didn't even know that was a thing, right? Okay, look, all I know is New Las Vegas. All I know is the Strat and this and that. That's all I know. So, yes, indeed. Michael L said, do you want to be my boyfriend? No, Michael, I don't even know you like that. So, can't be your boyfriend, but I can be your friend, though. We can be cool up on here. We can do that. Preach Kid says, not shooting his shot on live. I know, right? I mean, hey, it is what it is. Do what you do. You're like, hey, it is what it is. LJ said, come back. I'm coming back, LJ. I'm coming back for sure. TikTok, y'all tap the middle of that screen. Show me some love over there. YouTube, Facebook, Insta, y'all show me some love out there. This morning, this is what you can do. You know what I mean? MTP says you can't blame a guy for trying. You know what? Do what you do. It's 2024. If you're going to shoot your shot on live, then you do that. You do that. I'm not mad at you at all. Handle your business. Do what you do, right? Hey, Keisha. She said, hey. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. Good morning. So we're going to say that. Right? Michael says, I've never been to old Las Vegas too. See, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, I didn't even know it was a thing. And then they were like, come on, Titan, we're going to go to old Las Vegas, right? And I was like, oh, okay, so we're going to old Las Vegas? Is that what we're doing today? Like that, you know what I'm saying? Slow down, Michael, I'm watching. Michael, they over here trying to check you, Michael. They try to check you this morning. Look, y'all. All right. I am so glad that we are here this morning. The topic is the math ain't mathing, right? And we're going to get into it. Y'all come on in. I'm seeing the likes and all of that. Y'all click on the pop-up shop and go ahead and get you a nice old mug this morning. Get you a Titan in the Morning mug. I've pinned it. I've put it in. I've made sure that everybody is good. Hey, good morning. Look, Light Bright. Hey, Light Bright, good morning. Light Bright said, aloha, y'all. Yes, aloha. Good morning. That's my people over there on Podbean. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Look, I'm trying to make sure I get everybody this morning, okay? All right, so now this is what we're talking about this morning. The math ain't mathing. Michael, they just protective of me. That's all. That's all. They checking. They checking to make sure. They're trying to figure out who you are, trying to make sure you're right. No, but look, so Keisha talking about y'all all funny. Keisha talking about what you said. Eyes on you, Mike. Look, y'all. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing this morning. All right. So the math ain't mathing. So over the weekend, I had a conversation with a couple of people, and one person in particular was talking about how things were going. Things were not adding up. And I was saying to them, well, they were talking about how things were. And I was saying, well, yeah. So let me get into the conversation. Hold on. Come on, y'all. The math ain't mathing. Let's take it. We're going to sprinkle it into the cup. Y'all know how we do. We're going to sprinkle it into the cup, and we're going to take a sip of it because we're going to talk about this. Hold on. And yes, for those of you who are here for the first time, that's a sip and not a slurp, okay? That's how we do it at Titan in the Morning. We come in and we do a sip. And not a slurp, okay? Good morning. Good morning, all right? So look, y'all, I'm having a conversation with these individuals, and I'm talking, and one individual in particular was talking about how 2023 was done and how it was over, and going into 2024, you know, this is what we're going to do, and da 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 da. And I said, okay, well, let me finish. So, you know, you either do this and do this and do that. And I said, okay, well, cool. So what do we do, right? So what do we do? Like, how do we do this? Tell me how we do this, because I really want to know, because if we are to do this that way, hold on, y'all, hold on. Is the light lighting? Okay, there we go. I don't know. It seemed like my camera was tilted for some reason. All right. So anyways, so I said, so they said, well, so Titan, here's the thing. This is what happened in 2023. And in 2024, this is what I'm going to do. And this is how I'm going to do it. Right. And I said, okay, cool. Like, that's not a problem. That's not an issue. Like, go ahead on and do it. Okay. So what I did was here, you know, and I had this person and that thing, and I did this and I did that. And I said, okay, yeah. So I waited until they finished it. And I said, wait. Isn't that the same thing that you did in 2023? Isn't that the same thing you did in 2022? Isn't that the same thing you did in 2021? Whoa. Pump the brakes, y'all. It's 2024. And I know it's just another year. It's another day. It's another week, but it's 2024. You can't keep doing the same thing that you was doing in 2021 and 2024, because you did it in 2021. You did it in 2022. You did it in 2023. Now you in 2024 and you're going to do the same thing. And but here's the kicker. You expect a different outcome. The math ain't mathing. 2 + 2 is equaling 5 when I'm talking to you, right? And so they said, well, Titan, you don't have to, you know, blame the victim. And I don't understand what this is now. We cannot take responsibility for our own issues and problems. We want to blame everybody else. We want to tell everybody else that they are wrong for not conforming to what we feel is right. And here's what I said. I said, anytime you sit down with me, and y'all know me, anytime you sit down with me, we're going to talk the truth. But here's the thing, though. The proof is in the pudding. If you are constantly doing the same thing that you did before, you are constantly doing the same thing over and over again, and you are not getting any different results, the math is not mathing, right? I need you to go back to school and do basic arithmetic, because 2 + 2 is not 5. You are adding up to 10 and you only got 1 + 1. That's 2. Stop stretching over here for 10 and stop trying to say 2 + 2 is 5. The math ain't mathing. You are never going to be able to get over here or over there if you don't do what you need to do. And number one, you have to acknowledge and be truthful with yourself. This has not been working for the last 2 or 3 years. What you doing? Hey, Prince J, good morning. Hey, Jason. Jason said, good morning. It's too early to math. Nah, it ain't too early to math, baby. You got to be mathing all the time. The math ain't mathing. This math right here ain't mathing. Easy. 1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 2 is 4, not 5, right? This is what I'm saying. So I said, okay, well, let me ask you this, right? What happened in 2021 going into 2022? Because you said you changed something, but you said it was still the same in 2022. Well, I just felt like, I just needed to do this and I was doing this. I said, but I thought you said that you were going to step out on your own and you were going to do this and you were going to do that and da-da-da-da. Well, I did, but then I felt I needed someone. I felt I needed to be able to do this. I felt I needed to be able to do that. And I said, okay, so then what happened in 2022 going into 2023? Because you said that you got to do this and you got to do that. And y'all, look, it's just a new year, right? But sometimes what you want to do is this old thing that you got to leave what's in the last year behind. But here's the thing. Have y'all ever heard of the burden basket? Y'all ever heard of the burden basket? Okay. So what it is that it's a basket that sits out. It's an old cultural thing. And I really want to say that it started with the Native Americans, I believe. I'm going to have to look it up, but if my memory serves me correct. But it's a burden basket. You put the basket outside of the door, and then you put everything into that basket so you don't bring it in with you. You with me? And so what we would do is we would have an exhaling moment. This is what I used to do. And I said I'm going to start it back because my good friend, Willie, who's on here, said I need to start doing another exhaling. Like we need to go back and do that. So at the end of the year, what we would do is that we would do the burden basket, right? Or, bowl or whatever it is that you may call it, but it's the burden basket. So we would take all of the stuff that happened to us in 2020, whatever it is, right? We put it into the basket, right? And it's everything. So you don't bring it into 2024, right? So we put it into the basket and then we would go out to the beach, put it on the hibachi, burn it, send it off to the universe, all of that, because what we're trying to do is get rid of all the old stuff, right? Or get rid of that stuff that's hindering us. You feel me? And then go forward. So I said, well, have you practiced these things? Like, have you practiced what's holding you back? What's holding you down? And they were like, Titan, well, I just da-da-da-da-da. I just da-da-da-da-da. And I said, well, hold on. What is da-da-da-da-da? Because here's what I'm saying to you this morning, right? I'm talking to you all, but this is what I said to this person. I said, because here's the thing. There's a common denominator in all of this stuff that you're saying. You can't keep going forward with the same ish that you had that's been stopping you from before. I don't know who I'm talking to this morning, but whoever you are right here, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to me. I want you to pay attention to this. You cannot move forward if you don't take a fresh step. You cannot sit and waddle in the same water, in the same mud, in the same space, right? It will get stank and wretched where you're at. You can't do that. You're going to have to wipe it off, clean yourself up, step out, right? And be out there pretty much clean for a moment so you can figure out where you need to go. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Because you've been covered in mud. You've been in the dirt. You've been doing all of this. Now it's time for you to wash that off because I'm talking about a specific place which you're at in your life right now. Y'all follow me. I'm coming back around. You have to make a move. And your move is you stepping out, right? Letting all of that go. That's what I mean by that mud and that gunk. Letting it all go. You're going to have to step out and go forward because the things that you did in 2021 and 2022 and now in 2023 is not going to fly in 2024. You will never go forward. You're going to have to take that step. And I know y'all are saying, Titan, well, this may be a little strong. You coming at this person in the wrong way. I'm not. What I said was I wanted to make sure that we were on the same page Because if you did this in 2021 through 2023, how is it going to be different in 2024? What are you going to do? The math ain't mathing. It's not adding up. Because here's the thing. If you are going to change something, and this is not me saying that you must change something in 2024, but if you're saying that I have these plans, these ideas, this is what I'm going to do, right? Then when you go forward, how are you going forward? How are you doing it? And I want to say this to you, right? Another thing too is that the change can be minute. The step can be minute. And I'm gonna bring it around to you. The step could be you getting more rest. You sleeping a full night. You actually going to bed at a decent time and getting some rest. And I know that may sound simple. Y'all probably saying, Titan, what you talking about in 2024? But this is the second day of 2024 and the math ain't mathing. You constantly tired. You constantly wore out. You constantly don't know whether you're going or coming. You don't know what's happening in your life. Stop and take a rest. Stop and slow down. Slow down for a moment so you can get your bearings and you can figure out what's going on in your life. You with me? Jason said, why we got to wait for a new year to do something? And exactly, Jason, we don't have to wait for the new year, but this is for you all year long. What we do is we get into this thing, you know, this robotic thing, boom, 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 boom. We get into that, right? And it's going good. It may hurt. We might not feel it. You know what I'm saying? We may overlook it, but the reality of it is it's hurting you. You're not where you're supposed to be. And you're giving these excuses. Well, I got to do this because of this. And I got to do this because of that. I got to do this because of this. I have to make sure da, 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 da. So I'm talking to this person and I'm saying, well, you're going to have to let that go. Well, I can't because that's what da, da, da. I said, but has it? But really though? Really? Has it really been that good to you? Because if it's been that good to you, you wouldn't be having this conversation right now. You wouldn't be in this predicament right now. You wouldn't be feeling the way you're feeling. Is it really good to you? Has it been good? Right? Now, I'm not talking about good in the sense of, oh, it was good here, there, 1 minute ago, 15 hours ago, 15 weeks ago, good. I'm talking about, is it good to you all the time? And it doesn't have to be boom, pow, ping good to you all the time, but it must be consistent. Y'all with me? Consistent. It must be consistent. And I'm going to tell y'all this in 2024, and I'm going to say this because y'all talking about coming in 2024, you need to do this all year long. But we're talking about 2024. We're in the second day of 2024. And how are you doing on the second day? Because if you're on the second day, and you're still worried about what happened in 2023 and how it hasn't changed, but really and truly it ain't changed since 2021. Ooh. There's a leak in this old building. So here's why I'm going to bring it home. Here's why I'm going to bring it home. You make the change. You take the step, right? But you make sure that you are stepping in a direction that's going to be fulfilling. It has prosperity. It has grace. It has something for you. You got to go forward. Now, I'm not saying that you got to drop everything like a hot potato. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that how are you going to change? And then when you do this change, come on, y'all. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some boom in it. When you do this change, you cannot do what you did back then. You're going to have to change it. You're going to have to take a step towards it. And it's going to be that feeling like, oh, I don't know. This may be crazy. This may not be the thing, right? But if you keep adding up 2 + 2 and it equals 5 every time, the math ain't mathing. Somebody lying to somebody. You over here faking the funk. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. You feel me? Make sure that change is a change. You're going to have to change your surroundings. You're going to have to change who you around. You're going to have to change your village, your tribe, your gang, and your chosen family. You're going to have to change it because somewhere in that it's messing with you. But you are allowing it to continue. This is you. This is you. Come on, y'all. This is you. There is something that you want to do, right? Remember I said I'm talking to whoever this is here, but I'm also talking to myself. There's something that you want to do. There's a business that you want to start. There's a blog that you want to do. There's a live that you want to do. There's something that you want to do. There's a new vehicle that you want to buy, a house, or whatever it is. You got to start walking towards that. You cannot keep standing back here and waiting for somebody to come captain save you. You feel me? But when you do this, right? Hold on. But when you do this, you cannot take the old junk. You got to start fresh. Throw that stuff out and start fresh. It's going to find you in a place to where you are not sure. You don't know if you want to go forward. You don't know if you want to go to the side. You don't know if you want to do this. It's going to find you in a place. But you got to keep going forward. So this individual, I said, so what are you going to do that's different from last year? Oh, well, Titan, I'm doing this and this and this. I said, wait, with the same people? Well, yeah, but no. With the same people? The same people that's causing the problem. The same people that have not done you right by you since you started with them. The same people that are over here taking you for granted. This is all of what you said. This is not me making an assumption. This is what you said. So you mean to tell me that you're going to stay with them for the sake of looks? For the sake of proximity? You're right. Whoever this is right here, I'm talking to you. Today, you need to loose that, right? Let it go. Fly, fly. Because what I'm telling you now is that the very thing that you are holding on to, thinking that you are making it, right? You are barely scraping by, right? You are barely scraping by. This, I'm going back to the person. You're barely scraping by. You're constantly complaining about it again and again and again. Where are you right now? Where are you? You're not in the best place for you. You're in the best place for them. They are thriving. They doing what they doing. Where are you? Where are you? The math ain't mathing. If constantly you're with these people, if constantly you're in these spaces and places, and you constantly feel like you are being choked, or you constantly feel like your voice is not being heard, or you constantly feel as if you do not matter, right? 2 + 2 is 4. Not 5, not 10, not 25. Stop letting people tell you where you're at, because the math ain't mathing. Do your own math. Wait a minute. I was in the gym, and carry the 2, subtract the 3, fraction 2/4. Do your own math. And then I want to say this to you today. It doesn't matter how fast you do the math, but it's about how correct the math is. I want to say that again. It's not how fast you do the math, right? It's about how correct the math is. Is it mathing? Is it right? Is it there? Because you are telling me that it's going to change. You just have to wait. And no. Those days are done. You are not waiting for the change. What you're going to do is you're going to stand up and you're going to make the change yourself. Why? Because it's not them. It's not them. Ultimately, it's you. You have to make the change. And this is what I'm saying in 2024, right? 2023, 2025, 2026, going all the way forward. Let's say today, going to tomorrow, going into next week, going into next year, whatever it may be, you have to do the math. Your math have to make sense to you. Don't take what they are telling you. Don't sit up here and be just complacent because they got it going on. They have it. They're here. What about you? And y'all, I know we are sitting here today, and some of us are sitting here and we are waddling in our own sorrow, our self-pity, and we are saying, they just been doing me wrong, and I cannot. Why can't you? The math ain't mathing. It's not mathing. It's not adding up. How do they hold all of the numbers? How do they hold all of the arithmetic, right? The calculus. How do they hold it all? You know something. And if you don't know nothing else, you know you. The math ain't mathing. So I told this individual, I said, if you are going to move forward, and if you are going to be that ish, if you're going to be that person, if you're going to be the one that they're going to look to and they're going to come to and they want to be around, if you're going to be that person, then you're going to have to move on your own. Take what you got, right? Take what you got from different various places. Take them, know what your skills are. You hone that, and then you roll. Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, and then you roll. Know who you are. If somebody stands up in front of me and tells me that 2 + 2 is 59, I know it's not true. It may look good, right? It may put me in places that I've never been and doing the things that I never thought that I would do. But is that right? The math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. So what do I do? Y'all come here. Come here. Come here. It's 2024, right? And this is what you do. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn my phone just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Are we good? All right, y'all. So I'm gonna slide this over just a little bit. All right, this is what we do. Okay? This is what we do. What we do is that we take a moment for ourselves. We take a moment for you. We take a moment for you. For the person that you are, for the love that you are, for the worthy individual you are, for the blessed individual you are, for the child of God that you are. We take a moment, right? And I know sometimes it may be hard to let it go. But you can't be successful in what you're trying to do if you're constantly running from that thing. If you're constantly running from it, right? Barbara said, you're definitely talking to me and I'm starting to focus on me and making my plans for me. That's it, Barbara. That's it. That's it. Okay, come on. Look, okay, I'm gonna just say that. The math ain't math. And that part right there, I'm telling you. Keisha said, you can't, never could. We have to learn to dust ourselves off and go at it again. Different paths, people, sometimes alone, but it's about you. And that's true. And that's true. But I want, and that y'all are speaking the truth. Take that moment, but you got to acknowledge where you're at. You have to acknowledge where you're at. Something that when I watched The Color Purple, something that has always been like a staple from The Color Purple, even from the 80s one till the Broadway, until now to the musical, right? It's always been, right, until you do right by me, everything you think about is going to crumble, right? So I want you to take that for you. And I want you to think about that for yourself. Until you do right by who you are and what you are and where you are in this world, everything you think about is going to crumble. It's going to be hard for you to go forward. And I know, y'all, that's a little stretch, right? But if you think about it, I got to do right by me. I have to do right. Things are not going to go the way that I want them to go. There's going to always be an issue or a problem. Now, will you have issues and problems in this world? Yes, you will. But do right by you. Do right by you. If you're constantly feeling like you're beat down, used and abused and served like hell, there is something wrong somewhere and you got to change that. You got to change that. If you're constantly saying that I'm not making it, if you're constantly saying I don't know what the next step is, you're constantly saying I can't, you're constantly going forward, you have to, y'all with me? Do right by you. I don't care if you're not good at math. You got fingers, you got toes. 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 2, 2. That's 4. Simple. I can do that. If I got to count shells, if I got to count pennies, that's what I got to do for me. Somebody busts through the door. Oh, this is what we have. This is how we're doing it. Da, 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 da. This is what it equals to. And then you don't check it. You don't check it. You don't bounce it off of something. You don't think about it. Check your spirit. If your spirit is saying, oh, no, bro. Y'all know my spirit get to doing this. Hey, Titan, that math ain't mathing. Hey, Titan, it look good. Hey, Titan, it smell good. Hey, Titan, it feel good. But it ain't right. It ain't right. You're going to have to let that go. I don't want to let it go. No, you're going to have to let it go. No, I don't want to let it go. Titan, you're going to have to let it go. Else I'm going to nag you until death. Okay? Like, you got to let it go. And then, remember I told y'all that I didn't used to be obedient to the spirit. I'm obedient to the spirit. The spirit tells me no, it's a no. It's a no. And it may hurt. It may make me feel some kind of way. It may be one of those things to where I'm just like, I don't really understand. Like, why is it happening like this? But the math ain't mathing. My spirit is telling me that the math is not mathing. It looks good. It's shiny. It's pretty. But that's not what it is. You're going to have to get past that. You're going to have to sidestep that. You're going to have to make sure that you go in because that touchdown is yours. You feel me? Running. You're going to have to, what? You're going to have to curb them. You're going to have to go past this. And sometimes what we do, because we're already in it, we think we can't get out of it. You're going to have to leave whatever that is behind. And you're going to have to be okay with leaving it behind. And then sometimes, ladies, gentlemen, friends, family, he, she, them, they, you're going to have to make sure, right, that sometimes you're going to be by yourself and you're going to have to be okay with that. You're going to have to be okay with that. We believe that we have to always have it this way. We got to always have it like this. We got to always have it like that. The math ain't mathing. So I told this individual, I said, well, I'm not harping on you. I'm not trying to tell you that you can't. I'm not trying to tell you that you won't be. I'm not trying to tell you none of that. What I am saying is that you're going to have to be real with yourself. That's what you're going to have to be. And I said have to. That's what you're going to have to be. Real with yourself. Real with yourself about where you're at and why you're there. Right? Where you're at and why you're there. Why are you there? 2021, 2022, 2023, and then going into 2024. And here's the thing. Sometimes that thing that's happening to you while you're there means that it has changed its face. Y'all remember in The Matrix when Mr. Smith, I think it was Smith, he said to Mr. Anderson, he said, if you're here, then I take it that the Oracle has changed her face. Like she's changed. She's morphed into something else, right? Because now I got to go find her because she don't look like she used to look. That's a lot of times, most of the time, that's what's happening in your life, right? It's the same thing. It just changed its face. That's all it did. Because you were not calling it what it was. So it had the opportunity to go in, figure out what's going on with you, and then morph into something that's a little bit more appeasing. Blink, 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 blink. Yeah, wait, hold on. I know I lost y'all right there. You got to be careful because the thing is not, it's the same thing from 2021, but what it has done, it has morphed into something that's a little bit more appeasing, right? You don't look at it the same way. It don't sting the same way. It don't come up the same way. It don't show its ugly face the same way. Why? Because it didn't got used to you. and you didn't got used to it. So now you don't look for that. Right now, it's normal. It's not. It's not. It's not normal. Right? And we're gonna say what's normal, but y'all know what I mean. Right? The only way that you can be able to conquer something, understand something, acknowledge something, you got to call it by its name. You have to acknowledge what it is. You got to say what it is. And that's truth. All the way throughout time. You have to know what you're fighting. How you going to win the war if you don't know what you're battling? How you going to go forward and you don't know? But what people do, things do, they sneak in. And they wait. And they wait. And they say, okay, so they don't like this, they don't like that, they don't like this. Let me morph just a little bit. I can still get my goal. I can still get the end game, right? But I got to do this differently because they're going to see me coming over here. So let me go over here. Let me get on the side of them. See, it's not so hard. I didn't come in brash. I came in real sly and smooth. 2 + 2 is 5. No. 2 + 2 is 5. No, don't fight it. 2 + 2 is 5. Yeah, that's it. 2 + 2 is 5. Yeah. Say it with me. 2 + 2 is 5. And they got you. And they got you. Why? Because they didn't approach you the same way they approach you in 2021 and 2022. They know the difference now. And I'm saying they because I'm putting the they on it. But they know the difference. They slid up on the side of you. And that's it. Why? Because you never called it what it was. You never said how much it hurt. You never acknowledged the fact that it put you down, that you're tired. You never acknowledged the fact that you have trauma, issues, stigma, concerns. So it's going to keep on at it. Hey, the King. The King said, good morning, Positive King, and Happy New Year's. Happy New Year to you as well. Good morning. Hey, Bertha, good morning. Good morning. She said, hi, Happy New Year's with all God's blessings. Okay, amen. Good morning. Good morning. Look, y'all, the math ain't mathing. And so let me end this piece of the conversation with the individual. So I said, so what can you do differently going forward? What's one thing that you can do differently going forward? Well, Titan, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You came with all this Yana fix my life stuff. I don't know. I said, okay, here's my recommendation. May I offer this? What do you want? Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. What do you need? Right? What do you need? Well, I want happiness. I need peace. So how do you go about getting that? How do you do that? How do you do that? Well, I could get more rest and I could focus on my business a little more, and I can do this and do that. And I said, yeah. So what does that look like? Well, I don't know. I got to do this and I got to do that. And I said, see, and there we go. And then there we go. Just as quick as you said it, you talked yourself out of it. You're going to have to take a moment for yourself. Okay, Bertha, keep praying. Yes, indeed. So I think a lot of times what we do is, and we're not taking anything away from praying, but prayer without work is dead. You feel me? Prayer without work is dead. You're going to pray, it's going to go to the ceiling, boom, and come right back down to the floor. It's not going anywhere if you are not doing the work. You're going to have to move. You're going to have to move. And y'all know the thing is that we always want to do and go. And so this person here was saying the same thing, right? And so I'm not saying don't pray. I'm not knocking you that way. What I am saying, right, is that you're going to have to do the work. There are other people, entities, things, your God can only move, right, when you accept what it is, when you acknowledge what it is. It can only be that way. You're going to go through all of this again and again and again, right? And I'm sorry, Bertha, they said that they prayed and stuff. And so it was 2021, 2022, 2023, and they're coming into 2024. I'm not saying don't pray. I pray all the time. I'm not saying don't pray. What I am saying is that you have to do the work. Faith without work is dead. Prayer without work is dead. There is no way for you to move forward if you are doing no action. There has to be some action. And sometimes what we do is that we say, okay, I'm waiting on you. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. 2 months go by, 3 months go by, 4 months go by. It's not happening. And so I know everybody says everything happens for you in your time, but you got to do the work. There is no such thing as you having it, right? You getting it, you needing it, and you not working for it. Y'all remember what I told, my grandmother said to me, anything worth having is worth working for. Anything in this life. If you want peace, if you want salvation, if you want love, you have to work for it. There is nothing. And if you get it, my grandma used to say, if you get it that easy, then you're going to lose it that easy. My grandmother used to always say, if it come to you that easy, you have to question it. You got to make sure that it's for you, because you can get something, a little 5-finger discount here or there, something for free. You can get a BOGO, buy one, get one free. You can do that, right? I'm not saying don't, because y'all know I love a good dollar menu. I love a good coupon. You know what I'm saying? I love that. But thank you so much. Thank you so much, Unpredictable. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for that. And she says, speak. Bertha said, you're right. Hey, Bree, good morning. Hey, Bree, good morning. Good morning. All right. So I'm going to tell you, I am a coupon person. Ask any of my friends, right? We go, if there's a BOGO, there's a happening. I got points. I got all of this stuff. I'm always going to do that. But I worked for that. I put in the work to get those things, right? I put in the work to get that 2-for-1. I put in the work to do this. You're going to have to put in the work, because the math ain't mathing. If you are constantly doing the same thing over and over each year, and it's not changing, it's not doing anything, the math ain't mathing. You see what I said? They're going to lean over. They're going to make sure. 2 + 2 is 5. No. Don't argue with it. 2 + 2 is 5. No. Listen. 2 + 2 is 5. And sooner or later, you're going to say, oh, you're right. I know it. I've been doing this for a while. The math ain't mathing. You're not adding it up. You're taking what they're saying. You're taking what they have put in front of you because it looks good, it feels good, it smells good. You feel what I'm saying? That part. The math ain't mathing. And y'all, we want to see and we want to do and we want to feel everything that they feel. I can do it. They doing it. I can do it. They ain't doing half of what I'm doing, so I should be good. They ain't doing half of what I'm doing, so I should be good. If they can do it and they ain't doing half of what I'm doing, then I surely can do it. You don't know what's going on over there in that house. You feel me? You don't know what's happening over there. You don't know what sacrifices they done made to get to where they're at. You don't know how much they've given up their soul and their spirit and their peace. You don't know what they've done. But you're on the outside looking in and you think it's pretty because the house looks pretty, but you don't know what's going on inside the house. Have y'all ever watched any of those shows where they say, oh, well, my neighbor was just a great person. They were so nice. They always did all of this, because you don't know what's going on in the house. It looks good on the outside. Understand what I'm saying. Hey, Denham, he said, happy soul return, big bro. Can't wait to see the soul returns. In it? Yes, that part right there. Okay, good morning. Keisha said, hey, you talking now. Okay, I'm trying. Hey, now, you talking today. I'm trying, Keisha. I'm trying to get up in there. Grandma had some sayings. She wasn't saying anything false. That part. You know, it's funny because sometimes, like, when you were in the thick of it, like when I was younger, I was like, well, what are all these things? Like, I'm too young for this. I don't understand this. Now that I'm older, I get it. I get it. Anything worth having is worth working for. If your math is not mathing, if you cannot understand how you got to this point and why you're here, what you're doing, then you will never understand. The math ain't mathing. You need to hold your fingers up and count. I got a 1, I got a 2, carry the 3, divide by the 4, subtract the 5, and this is whatever you got to do. But it's for you. It's your math. It's your math. Whatever it is that you need, whatever it is that you are working towards, you're going to have to work towards it. Meaning, if you want that peace, you're going to have to work toward that peace. Meaning, if you want that love, you're going to have to work towards that love. And that means loving yourself first. That means having peace with yourself first. Understanding why you don't have peace. Why am I not at peace? What's the reason? You feel me? I basically lived my life for a good portion of my life being somebody else, never being able to be who I am. But I wanted that peace, but I couldn't have it. Why? Because I couldn't have it because I was not acknowledging who I was. I was putting myself in spaces and places and predicaments that I shouldn't have been in. But I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be around people. I wanted people to like me and do all of these things because I didn't get a lot of that, right? But it was harmful to me. But I took it like a champ. Bob and weave, bob and use your weave. I did that. But was that right for me? And when it all came down to it, those people didn't like me. Those people didn't love me. The math wasn't mathing. How am I always the one providing and doing and going and being? And y'all are never. How am I always the one losing sleep, body aching? Sometimes I can't even go to work. I got to call out. How am I doing all of this and y'all not doing none of this? How am I always footing the bill and this and that? And I don't even have no money. The math ain't mathing. But as soon as I started to do you the same way that you do me, as soon as I started to add up that 2 + 2 is 4 and not 5, then all of a sudden I became a problem. I became an issue. You've changed. You bougie. You this, you that. All of the things that they say. The math wasn't mathing. Because the math wasn't mathing, 2 + 2 should equal my peace. Right? But it wasn't equal in my peace. It was equal in happy times for y'all, but it was equal in hurt and shame and guilt and stuff over here for me because I didn't have it. Why? Because I didn't want to acknowledge where I was. I didn't want to acknowledge that you didn't see me the same way that I saw you. I didn't want to acknowledge that you were treating me a certain way and I was treating you differently in a good sense. Y'all with me? Keisha said, you don't know the cost. Folks be selling their whole soul because it looks good for others to see. And that part, you're going to have to call a spade a spade. You're going to have to understand that math may not be your subject. Math may not be the thing that you are best at, but the math ain't mathing. Break it down. And if it's too high of a level, break it down. Break it down. Break it down. Hey, Paula said, good morning, brother. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year to you too. Good morning. All right, TikTok, y'all tap the middle of that screen. Let me know that you're in YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Insta. Y'all show me some thumbs up. Show me some hearts. Like, follow, subscribe. Y'all, I'm growing. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to be better about it. I appreciate you all. But today we're talking about the math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. In the equation, right? In the equation, it's you. It's you. It's you. The math is never going to math. The math is never going to be enough for you because you are over here mathing for them, for it, for they, for the space, wherever it is that you're doing. You're mathing, but you're not mathing for you. And I know this is Ebonic, but the math ain't mathing. So I told this person to end this all, yeah, because I'm about to get up out of here. I told this person, I said, I'm not coming at you sideways. I'm not telling you that you don't deserve to do this and have this. But the way that you're going about it, it's not healthy for you, right? It's not good for your soul and your spirit, right? If you are constantly at home and those four walls close in, or wherever you're at and those four walls close in, and you have nothing to show for all that you have done, the math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. You have been listening to them tell you 2 + 2 is 5. You have been taking it for truth. 2 + 2 is 5. When you know doggone well 2 + 2 is 4. When you know this. When you know this. The math ain't mathing. Here's what you do. I want you to think of 3 things that you want to change. Think of 3 things that you want to change. Write them down. Write them down. 3 things you want to change in 2024. Write them down. But be real about what they are. It could be something as simple as sleep. I just want to sleep. I want to have a good night. I want to rest. I want to have love. I want to have a business. I want to have prosperity, whatever it may be. Write it down. And then what I want you to do is I want you to go towards that. Right? I want you to go towards it. Take one step. 3 things. 1, 2, 3. If I want peace, right? I'm going to write down peace. If I want peace, how do I get it? What does peace look like? If I want to start a business, how do I do it? What type of business? Who am I going to cater to? What's my demographic? The math. Do the math. If I want love, do I love myself? How am I loving myself? Because I say that because ultimately, if I love myself, I can love others and I can have people love me. But I can't do that if I don't love myself. I can't be that if I don't love who I am. 3 things this year. Write them down. Write them down. And get you a journal if you need to do that. Look, let me go and throw that in there. The pop-up shop is in. Look, y'all, the pop-up shop is in. I'm going to put it back into the comments one more time. Y'all go on over and get y'all a nice old mug. Get you a journal and journal, right? And journal. See, the thing is, sometimes what we do is we don't understand the power in acknowledging. And you don't have to always acknowledge like this. You can write it down. But go on over and get you a journal and write it down. Get you a Tight in the Morning journal and write it on down, right? But this is what I want you to do. I'm gonna get out of here. 3 things this year you want to change or you want to accomplish. 3 things. You got to know what it is. And how do you do it? How do you do it? Because the math ain't mathing. If you've been doing it since 2021 and now it's 2024, we got to change up some things. We got to acknowledge what it is. So acknowledge what it is, write it down, 3 things. And how do you get there? How do you get there? And be real about it. And yes, sleep is one of those things. If I need more sleep, how do I get more sleep? How do I rest? Because my body is running on fumes. What do I do? If I want love, I got to be able to love myself. How do I love myself so others can love me, so I can get love and I can receive love? If I want to start a business, what type of business? How do I start it? What do I need to do? Is it a nonprofit? Is it for profit? What do I do? And this is what we do. We have to call it what it is. We have to call it a thing. We cannot sit up here and say, oh, well, this is going to happen, please. We can be happy all day long, but we're not working towards it. It's not going to happen. The math is not mathing. You want this, but you don't want to work for it. The math is not mathing. Somebody comes and tell you something and you don't check it. The math is not mathing. And if you've been doing it since 2021, 2022, 2023, and now it's 2024, the math is not mathing. You're going to have to change something and let them know, look, hold up, wait a minute. This is what I need for me. No. I hear what you say, what you need for you. I hear what they say they need over here. I got it. But hold up. What do I need? And y'all may say it's selfish, but if the math ain't mathing and you didn't been doing it for everybody else, why don't you do it for yourself and see if 2 + 2 actually equals 4 and not 5? Because what we want to do is we want to say, oh, well, I did it with them. I did it for them. I lifted them up. I pushed them over there. I helped them. I built that. What you do for you? Where you at? They going on. Fly. They flying. And then you sitting over here like, still at square one. The math ain't mathing. It doesn't make sense. Y'all with me? All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. It's the second day of the new year. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Redbag said, I need to slow my mind down. Seems like I never quit thinking of what's next. And you know what, Red? It's sometimes that's how our minds are. We're always trying to reach that goal. And there's nothing wrong with that because we're human, right? But we do have to slow down. Earlier in the broadcast, I said we have to stop, right? We have to stop and understand that everything is not going to be quick. So we got to stop, slow it down. And then even with what you just said, your mind is a machine. It works. But every now and then you got to slow it down. Peace. Meditate. Go do something that you love doing. Just sit and relax. Watch your favorite movie or get a favorite comedy and laugh. Or just go outside and look at the flowers and the trees and the birds and things that are out here for you, right? And Red, I'm not talking like directly to you on that. I'm talking to everybody, but you made the comment and thank you for it. I think what we do is that we don't acknowledge the peace, right? There are things that are on this earth that God has put here, boom, for us to take a moment. We don't acknowledge it. We don't do it. Why? Because whatever the case is. But I'm telling you, find something that you enjoy and take a moment and just revel in that. Just for a moment and revel in that. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all, I went outside the other night and it was a moon, just big, pretty, just beautiful. And I just happened to be coming in the house and I stopped and I said, oh my God, the moon is so clear and so pretty, right? And you sometimes you don't think like something simple like that. The other day I was at the where was I at? I was at the mall, I think, right? And we walked by like this flower bed or this plant, and there were all these pretty flowers. They were yellow and blue and purple, and it was just pretty, just sitting there, right? And I took a moment and said thank you, because my mind was racing, my mind was going, and then I stopped. Ooh, oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's nice. That's what we do. That's what we do. Hey, Guy, good morning. Hey, Guy. Hey, Christopher. Hey, good morning. He said, good morning. Happy New Year, my friend. Good morning. Good morning. Old school. Hey, Kwame. Good morning. Y'all know I like all those O's and R's and INGs. Yes. Good morning. All right, y'all. It's the second day of the new year, right? You really don't have to make a change for that. You don't have to make a resolution. You don't have to do any of that. But what I do want you to do, right, in this new year, in this second day going forward, is take some time for yourself. The math ain't mathing. If it's not adding up to your peace and your love, if it's not adding up to understanding, if it's not adding up to great things, then the math is not mathing. You have to make sure that you understand what the math is. 2 + 2 is 4. And if somebody is whispering that it's 5 in your ear, you need to check that and check it quickly. But here's the thing. You can't check it if you can't check yourself, if you can't acknowledge where you're at, if you can't be honest with who you are. The math ain't mathing. It's not going to ever math. Not going to happen. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead. Let's take one more sip. Come on. Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. One more. And there it is right there. Y'all. Now, y'all know at Titan in the Morning, that's how we sip. Everything is bigger in Texas, and that's how we sip. It's not a slurp. It's a sip and not a slurp. All right? That's what we sip on. So this morning, what I want you to do, for those of you who are new to this, go ahead, like, follow, subscribe, show me some love, do all of that good stuff. Come talk to me, right? I appreciate you. I thank you for coming in. And this, before you get out of here, this is what I want you to do for me, if you would, right? I want you to take your arms and take your hands, and I want you, if you can't do it physically, do it mentally, do it spiritually, and I want you to wrap those arms around you. I want you to wrap those arms around you and squeeze yourself tight, right? Because if nobody told you today, nobody told you yesterday, nobody told you last week, last month, or even last year, right? I want to tell you today, I love you right where you're at in this moment. Right where you're at in this moment. You don't have to ask for it. You don't have to return it with a receipt. I love you right where you're at in this moment. Hold yourself real tight. Hold yourself and tell yourself that you love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Right where you're at, right? Flaws and all, right? This moment. You'll have another moment, but you won't have this moment. All right? Squeeze yourself tight. I love you, Titan, right where you're at in this moment. Y'all look in the mirror, look to the spirit, look to the sky, look to your phone, whatever it may be. If you need to look at yourself and say it back to yourself, do that. But in this moment, I want you to love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Red bag, Red Baby G, I want you to love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Jason, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Paula, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Christopher, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Kwame, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Guy, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Keisha, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Unpredictable, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Daniel, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Bree, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Bertha, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. The King, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Barbara, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Epiphany, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. That line boy, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Willie, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Cassandra, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Latanya, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Trista, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Who else? Q, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Jason, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. think I probably already mentioned you before, but that's cool. Love yourself right where you're. Prince J, love yourself right where you're at. Michael, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. LJ, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Preach Kid, love yourself right where you're at in this moment. I know that I'm going through here with everybody, but love yourself right where you're at in this moment. You will get another moment, but you won't have this moment. Love yourself right where you're at in this moment. Peace and blessings to you. I love y'all. Look, I got some things coming up. My new intro and all of this stuff didn't happen as I thought it would, but that's okay. We're still here. What's going to happen? We're going to do a grand old thing and do all that good stuff. But thank y'all. Thank y'all. It's 2024. It's going to be a great year. We got some things happening, and I just appreciate you for showing up. I appreciate you for coming. I appreciate you for liking and sharing, giving me roses, gifts, all of that good things. I love all of that. Peace and blessings to you. Until next time, y'all know what it is. It's every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's me. It's Titan in the Morning. And that's what we do. And that's how we do it. And that's how we're going to continue to do it. Y'all with me? Y'all stay with me. And we're going to bless each other. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning. Hi, I'm Titan Capri with Titan in the Morning. Titan in the Morning is a morning wake up to get your day started. We grab our cups, we put a topic in the cup, and we take a sip of what's in that cup. It's a whole lot of peace, love, real topics, and truths. 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, Tuesday and Thursdays. So grab your cup and remember,